When someone says he's the love of my life, but their life seems to pause when they get into a relationship, to me, that is a red flag. You can't place your life on hold because you got into a relationship with a man. No, that's toxic. Relationship should enhance your life, not stop it. Hello fam, how are you all doing? Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support.
I be trying to understand, how is that the love of your life and your life stopped the second you got with them? All of a sudden you're not going to school no more. All of a sudden you don't want to work. All of a sudden you ain't got no dreams. I mean, you had these big plans to move out and go to the major city. You had all these hopes. You got with them and your life stopped. That's what love is about? If that's love, please don't bring that shit my way. I'm good.
Men partner because they want free labor, and women partner because we've been taught that we want romance and to seek romance at all costs necessary. I was on the phone with my grandmother yesterday, and she is a 90-year-old woman. She was telling me about her sister, who's a 94-year-old woman, who is in a partnership, not a marriage, partnership with a man that she has been with for a significant amount of time, and how he has a lot of demands in his old age. So that my grandmother will be on the phone with her sister, and she will have to be like swatting off her boyfriend, saying, you know what, give me a minute, I'm on the phone with my sister, I need a minute, like, I want time to myself. And he is just extremely demanding as he is in his old age. And it gets me thinking where women are not allowed to be themselves when they are in partnership with men, because men are so demanding for our time, our energies, our bodies, our space. And women have been conditioned to seek partnership with men in a romantic setting because they think that that is some level of success because of what we have been spoon-fed. Movies, books, TV shows, news, all of that is to get women to give their time and labor to men for free.
Let's have a look at the comment section, then I'll come back and talk about it. Pick me's wear your wedding rings like status symbols. I was on the phone once with a therapist trying to figure out how to get out of the relationship during COVID because he was suffocating. He came and interrupted, same way he did when I was in meetings. Once I realized I wasn't picking the wrong ones and that the majority are like this, I opted out. It took me way too long, but I haven't dated since 2019. Basically, what she's saying here is this, that it's not about whether you picked the wrong man or not. It's more about most men being this way, most men having this mindset. So because majority of the men out there think this way, it's hard to pick those exceptions. And this explains why a lot of women end up with the wrong men, because most men out there are being trained in the patriarchy program without them even knowing. So they think alike, see women almost the same way, treat women almost the same way. Whether you pick right, the person you thought was the right one can eventually turn out to be the wrong one because of the mindset. So I get her point. My mother passed. Dad has hired a few mates, complained that they don't cater to him the way my mom did. I was like, well, they get paid to cook and clean. What else do you need? He wants 24/7 maid for free. He called it, I need a new wife. Can't make this up. Oh my god, my labor load was killing me after one child. Husband didn't do much to help until I threatened divorce. Please take it from me. If you want to be married with kids, don't ever let your husband. My husband gives me space, looks after me while I'm unwell, helps with kids and housework. Not sure how other men seem to find it hard to consider the emotional well-being of their partners. Most men out there don't care. They are selfish. They are just about what they can get from women. They want the free labor. I don't even like romance. I think it's cheesy. I really want connection, someone I can intellectually relate to, talk to, and be with as my authentic self. My dad was flabbergasted that I won't marry an older man. When I said I want a life partner, not financial provider, he scoffed, said I was being too sentimental. No, you should go for a partner, not a provider. If you go for a provider, you're setting yourself up for disaster because that man wouldn't see you as an equal. Like I said in a video I made before previously, provider men, most of them are not happy providing. They have this mindset that the woman they are providing for is after their money. Most of them don't have good characters. They treat women badly. Not all of them, but a good number of them. When I say provider men, I'm talking about men that would provide for a woman 100%, and they don't want that woman to work. That's what I'm talking about. I divorced after 25 years. I've been single for 6 years and everyone wants to fix me up. I don't want to be fixed up. I'm happy living my life on my own terms. They can't accept a woman is happy single. Yeah, a lot of men find it hard to believe that a woman can be happy without being in a relationship. They believe that every woman out there needs a man in her life to be happy. They can't wrap their head around the fact that some women have chosen to be single by choice. I've made a video on this topic before. We had men online saying it's a lie, they're just faking it, they're sad, they're bitter, they're angry, they're lonely. A woman cannot be single by choice. It's possible. A lot of women are choosing to be single by choice. My parents divorced after 23 years and my mom cannot even fathom the idea of dating again, much less getting married again. She says she won't be taking care of a sick old man that will pester her. Men just want free labor. Society pushes the idea that every woman needs to be in a romantic relationship with a man to feel complete, to feel validated or successful. It's like there is this invisible checklist the society has for women. Number 1, you graduate, find a job, get a partner, get married, have kids. Romance with men becomes the central, almost obligatory part of the equation for women. But the truth here is this: women don't need to be in a relationship to feel fulfilled or happy. This societal expectation regarding romantic relationship puts so much pressure on a woman to define her worth based on a man's presence in her life. The society ignores the fact that a woman can be whole, happy, fulfilled on her own. Ladies, the focus should be on your personal growth, on our personal growth, finding happiness in other things, not just through romantic relationships. The society has made us believe that we can't truly be ourselves without being in a relationship with a man. We need to prove the society wrong because that is not true. It's not supposed to be. They are just selling a narrative. Men cannot survive without women, but women can survive and exist without men. Men need women to feed them, feed their ego, do things for them, make them feel alive. But women don't need men to exist. There's a clear difference.
One thing I've realized is that when they tell you as a child that boys only want one thing, they are not exaggerating or lying to you. It's really facts. And the sadder part is that a lot of women don't realize that until they are older or they've already had children or if they've already devoted so much of their life to men. And it's sad because patriarchy literally designs a system that encourages women to chase romance their entire life just so men can get their intimate needs met. Like, that's what it's really and truly about at the end of the day. Like, centering romance and marriage and childbearing is really just about men getting their intimate needs met. And they tell you it's about, oh, humanity in the world and all these things, when really it's just about men getting their intimate needs met. And I think part of why humanity is in such dire position is because for centuries now, women have been not really engaging in life from a place of chasing their true dreams, desires, and their heart and soul, but rather just waiting around for a diamond ring and a man and things that society, a patriarchal society, tells them will fulfill them, instead of actually doing what they want to do in life and impacting the
concept of romantic love as we know it today is definitely a construct that has been shaped by the society, media, and history. If we take it back, romantic love wasn't always the focus in relationships. For centuries, marriage was about economic, social, and political alliance than it was about love. People married for survival, family connections, or even to secure their status. The idea for marrying for love wasn't really a big deal until about the 18th century. One of the key turning points in how we view love came with the rise of individualism. Individualism in the Western world, particularly during Enlightenment. Before that, the idea of love was often tied to duty, survival, and practical needs. But as personal choice and emotional fulfillment became more valued, especially in the 19th and 20th centuries, the idea of romantic love really took hold. This shift was pushed by literature, movies, and advertising. They all portrayed romantic love as ultimate goal of life. Over time, this idea was drilled into people's mind, especially women. They made us believe we had to find romantic love to be happy or successful. The big issue here is this: the idea of romantic love is often unrealistic. You only see that in movies, storybooks, novels, and all that. They often portray romantic love as all-consuming magical feelings that fixes everything. You and I, the both of us, know that is not true. Relationship requires work, hard work, intentionality, commitment, effort, real effort. Romance is often glamorized to the point where it distracts people from the fact that relationship requires real work, communication, compromise, not just fireworks and passion. Let's have a look at the comment section. So women have no intimate needs, only men do. Everything in life has a good and bad side. So I don't think it is fallacy, it's worth it, and a good thing with the right partner and will be bad with the wrong partner. I really do want love though, and I believe the love I want exists because I exist. I'm happy my man is not like that. He literally makes me chase my goal. He won't let me give up. I love that cause I would already give up. I'm 43. I get it unfortunately. I've had 5 children. Thank goodness I heard my own voice finally. And now, even though I have a man, he's a doormat. I only care about my career and refuse marriage. I don't encourage anyone making their fellow human doormat. I'm 5 years into my celibacy, not dating, not interested, very decentered, 100% nurturing and raising my teen and cat. I'm the most happiest and at peace I've ever been, 100%. I agree 100%. I wasted so much of my youth chasing that romance that didn't want to be caught. I wish I hadn't been so trusting and naive when I was younger. I believed way too much BS only to find out I was lied to and manipulated. Realizing this in my late 30s is exhausting, but thankful I have time to do it right. It's about me, simple, perfecting myself before I bring kids and get married again. The society sells romantic love as this end or be all to women, and women often ignore how toxic it can become when this romantic love becomes unrealistic. It's always unrealistic. You can only find such love in movies. The idea behind this whole romantic love from the society is to teach us women to settle for relationships that don't serve us. They just fill our head with the thought of idealizing perfect connection with someone without us putting into consideration if we are compatible with that person, if that person is the right one for us. They use this romantic relationship talk to create opportunity for low effort men to not die alone, to always have women in their lives. They use it to manipulate us to get into relationships with men that don't deserve us.
Why do men want to remarry and women don't? Because most men that want to remarry usually go for younger women, and they think that they could, make them and mold them into what they want. And most women don't remarry because they've already been married and they already got what they wanted out of life, which was probably to have a child, raise a family, have a nice place, do this, do that, and they've already done it. They've already accomplished what they set out to accomplish in marriage. But men, they don't want to die alone. So they'll most likely remarry, and women really won't because they have kids, family, relatives, whatever. So they don't need to remarry if they don't choose to because they've already had the experience. They don't need it. Most men need marriage after they get older because it prolongs their life and assures that they don't die alone. Women don't really need marriage when they get older after they've already been married because they've already had the life that they wanted and have already accomplished all those things. So it's kind of like the reverse of the biological clock, except it's instead of the biological clock, it's the death clock. So a man don't want to die alone. So he'll usually remarry. And the woman's already lived her life and she knows she got a bunch of people around her, so she doesn't really need it. Unless she's just trying to get his bag and his money. But usually she'll gather that in the divorce settlement or the insurance,
Let's see what people are saying in the comment section. This is truth. My dad secretly remarried just to have help later in life. They are scared of being lonely. Their weakness comes out that time. It's already there exactly. And why are they telling women that they would die alone if they don't marry and have kids? They're just projecting. And here are men gaslighting women that we will be lonely when we are older, when it's actually men who will be lonely. Yeah, they're just projecting onto women. Husband of my best friend married her because he don't want to live in nursing home. She took care of him. Just imagine. I hope the woman is aware why the man got married to her. 100% fact. Seen this in my father and every other man out there. Studies show women who live alive after marriage are happier than men. Men can't live alone. They always want to join somebody else. My grandfather did because he needs someone to take care of him. Men need a nurse. Divorced women have it all. Do not want to be somebody's maid any longer. Many men are socialized to be more dependent on their partner for emotional support, caretaking, and even daily routines. This can create a kind of void when they lose their partner. And when they lose their partner, a lot of men struggle to adapt in life without the structure and support they were used to. So the next line of action for them is to quickly replace the woman they lost. It's almost like they can't cope with the emotional load of being on their own. And instead of them choosing to deal with their emotions and focus on healing, they will rush into another relationship just to fill the gap. There's also the angle of societal pressure on men to remarry. Men are often seen as more desirable or successful if they have a partner. This could also be a reason why some men hurry to remarry. Society tends to view a single man as incomplete if he has no wife.
My ex-boyfriend and I broke up 1 year ago today officially, and this is my little post-breakup video. I think about him every day, and I miss him every so often. I miss the songs that we used to listen to when we were together, and I still go to the places we used to go when we were together. I kept majority of his clothes and a lot of things in my room for the entire year of our breakup, because I didn't want to accept that we were not going to go back to each other this time and things were actually over. I still wear his deodorant. I buy it all the time. I don't even know if he's still using that same deodorant, but to me it's comfort. To me it's the last smell that he had before we broke up. And I've done all of this, and I'm still choosing not to go back. I'm choosing to move forward, and I'm choosing to allow myself to heal. And I pray about him every day. I pray about his well. I pray about his family. I pray about the things that he once told me and the dreams he once had. Me missing him is just a reminder that what we once had was true. It was beautiful. And life goes on. People fall in love again, and I want him to be happy, and that's
Heartbreaks can be very difficult to handle. People handle heartbreaks differently. Some people find it hard to move on. But if you're wanting to move on, you have to be very practical about it. You can't be wanting to move on and you're still holding on to the person's items. You're still holding on to the past memories. I know it's not easy, but if your wish is to move on from a relationship, then you have to be more realistic about your approach. You have to be more practical. You have to stay away from things that would remind you of the time you spent with the person. Anyways, let's see what people are saying in the comment section. I still wear his bracelet to this day. It's been a year and 3 months. He was a good guy, but not my guy. It's barely 3 months and it's hard. I'm scared I won't be able to heal. Why does no one talk about how breakup is so similar to grief? You're scaring me. It's been 1 month for me. I hope I don't think of him in a year. There's a difference between time apart to heal and starting to learn detachment. You need to detach. That's why you're still in this level of pain. Yeah, because you need to, if your wish is to move on and forget about this person, you can't be holding on to the person's item. You can't be actively doing things that reminds you of the person. Heartbreak is difficult to deal with, I understand, but we still have to deal with it the right way if we wish to move on from it. Let go of everything that reminds you of him. You can't say you're choosing to move forward when actually you're stuck with things of his. That's the truth. That is the truth. You're taking one step forward, 5 steps backward. That's basically what you're doing. My sister got out of a year relationship in May 2024, and I remember how she couldn't let go. The whole breakup broke her to pieces. I could say it was hard for her to let go, but she had to accept it. Nah, cause it's been 3 years and I still cry sometimes. My boyfriend is my everything, and I just know this will be me if we break up. If you've ever experienced a difficult breakup, if you've ever struggled moving on from a heartbreak, please share your story with us in the comment section. I will appreciate that. Thanks a lot for your support. If you would love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch a man confess to not loving his wife and saying that he married the wife because of what she could do for him. And I will see you all in the next one.